People is proud to present the 40 Days for FinTechs, an initiative under its Include Everyone program, which is leading the way in advocating for technology that promotes financial inclusivity. Since 2020, we've profiled over 100 fintechs, and our inaugural edition in Tanzania is shining a spotlight on those breaking down digital barriers and transforming lives for the better.
My name is Iain Usiri, and I'm the CEO here at Ramani. We work with producers of fast-moving consumer goods like Coca-Cola, like Diageo, like AB InBev, to provide their distributors with 30-day terms on inventory. So we digitize those distributors with our technology. So we give them a point-of-sale application, an inventory management application, and a procurement application that allows them to digitize their operations. And then from that, we use that data to provide them with working capital financing for their inventory. So we've built a point-of-sale application that is used by salespeople when they go to market to record sales. So every time they sell to a duka, they put in the transaction. So if I sell 10 crates to this duka, I put 10 crates to Mama Juma shop into the point-of-sale application, and then I print a receipt for that customer. We process receipts as well. And so they capture that data. And our point-of-sale application works in English and Swahili, it works online and offline. So everything starts there. We also have an inventory management application that allows distributors to track the inventory that they have in stock. So before Ramani, they used to track inventory using pen and paper or maybe Excel. So with us now, we have an application on point of sale, sort of a POS device that sits in the warehouse as well. And so when they receive stock from a manufacturer, let's say 1,000 crates, they receive it through our application. And then when they assign that stock to their salespeople, they assign it through our inventory management application as well. And then of course, when those salespeople sell, I mentioned they sell through our point of sale. So we now digitize the inventory management as well using our technology. And then lastly, we have a procurement application that's actually integrated through the phone, through WhatsApp. And so now these micro distributors can order directly from brands through our WhatsApp portal. So now we've integrated and completely digitized inflows, storage, and outflows for these distributors. And so that's the core. We bring efficiencies to them, but now we also get real-time data that nobody else, first of all, it's proprietary, nobody else gets this data, but it's incredibly valuable for us to provide the second service offering, which is this loans and financing. So once you're digitized, you also submit your KYC to us, right? So we know who exactly we're financing. You typically submit your relationship with the brand. So if you have a contract with a brand like Coca-Cola, you would share that with us. And then we would underwrite you. We would see, okay, how much are you procuring each month? How much are you selling this month? And then we give you a limit. And then from that limit, you can now procure within that limit. So maybe it's a $50,000 limit. You can now procure $50,000 worth of product from Coke based on your historical sales. We pay Coca-Cola on day zero. Coca-Cola delivers to you as a distributor. You sell using our software. We capture all of that data. And then after typically given 30 days, you pay us back our principal plus a small commission, small margin. And that's how we make money. And that's how the technology works together with the financing. As the company's matured, different problems come to the top. Now that we're in scale mode, talent is the most important question now. Maybe for context on Ramani, we've grown 32% every month on average for the past 2.5 years. So since inception, almost 3 years. What that means is that every quarter, every 3 months, your company doubles in size. And so one of the big challenges with a company that's growing so fast, I think there's probably a handful of companies that are growing at this clip on the continent, is hiring for tomorrow, not just hiring for today. And it's tough to get the talent of tomorrow because they look at where you are today and they're like, and sometimes you have to sell that trajectory. The biggest challenge really is that there's I think a bit of a risk-off culture here, where people feel, and it's rightly so, that people want security and they feel that working at for example, a big bank or a big manufacturer that's been here for the past 25, 30 years. You're more, you just have more job security, more assured that you'll have an income in the years to come, and people will forego opportunity for that security. And so that's been a challenge in terms of selling, the opportunity of working at a fast growth startup. But now, one way that we've changed, the founders were a group of engineers and finance guys we're not marketers. We're not really storytellers, we're executors. And so we haven't really been telling our story. We got into Y Combinator, we didn't share that, right? Just a huge milestone. We raised a significant seed, we didn't share that, millions on that side. And then we raised the Series A, we finally shared, because we're learning now that you need to tell your story, you need to evangelize so that the top talent in the market can see that, that this is not just a company that's growing incredible, but it's a company that's figured something out, and you're not as insecure as you might think if you come join a corporation like Ramani. And so some of the ways we've been trying to solve that is with storytelling, with evangelizing what we're trying to do, with opening up our office. It's crucially important, platforms like 40 Days, 40 FinTechs, because it helps us build trust, right? So I think of it, from a transaction cost point of view, right? And one of the ways, one of the transaction costs are trust, right? Does an investor trust, the Tanzanian macro environment? Do they trust the founders of Ramani before they can put money in? Does a customer trust these Ramani guys? What's their source of funds? If something goes wrong, how will they treat me? How will they collect their capital? And so telling that story builds that trust, builds that at least for us, to be able to operate better. And so you actually we get more customers, we get more investors, etc. So I think the impact is huge, just from a transaction. That's just on the business side. For more information, just go to www.ramani.io.
Join us in this financial inclusivity revolution, presented in partnership with Level 1 Project, Information and Communication Technologies Commission ICTC, Founders Academy, Cyber PLC Academy, Cross-Leg Technologies, Infotech, Ideation Corner, and the Moduloop Foundation, with generous support from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Follow hashtag 40 Days for the FinTechs, hashtag Level 1 Project to learn more and get involved in creating a brighter financial future for all.